So number one, I'm a marketer. Marketing is the engine of your business, and branding is the fuel that goes inside that engine. Number two, I'm a problem solver and a solution finder. In any business in real estate, the bigger the problem you solve, the more money you're going to make. People sometimes look at real estate or business and say, that's a big problem. Big problems mean big money for you, because if it was easy, they would do it themselves. Am I right? And a solution finder. The more creative your solution is, the more money you're going to make. So you must become getting better at coming up with creative solutions. Number three, you're an option of last resort. In real estate or business, people tend to go everywhere and everyone else, and you want to, when they come to you, you want to say, I'm an option of last resort. And it's a very important thing that you convey that to your clients, that you're an option of last resort. And finally, number four, then you're a real estate investor and entrepreneur. So here are the statistics. If you earn $388,000 a year income earning every single year, you're in the top 1% income earning in America. Isn't that crazy? Imagine this, 12 months from now, if you earn $388,000 a year, you wake up and say, I'm some of the top 1% income earning in America. Isn't that amazing how low that number is? So you have the ability, the strategies and techniques I'm going to be teaching you is how to become top 1%. And if you're already making top 1%, there's three things you need to learn that happens in business. Number one, you need, write this down, sustainability, consistency, and predictability. Three things I plan on bringing to your business. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, as real estate investors, when we wake up in the morning, we don't know what's going to happen. Now there's a certain element in real estate or business of the unknown. People you meet, deals that come across. But in terms of business, we want to add predictability, sustainability, and consistency so you have certain metrics that you can base your business on. In business, you absolutely have to know your numbers at all times, and I'm going to talk to you about that. How to come up with financial, business, marketing indicators, strategic indicators that my coach and I go after so that every single day, every single month, every single year, you know where your business is at. Top 1%. Nothing else matters. That's how you're going to differentiate yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you something here that I've never taught before. This is the first time I'm opening this up to you. I'm going to come up with my marketing strategic process. How step by step do I come up with the marketing that I come up so that when you start marketing maps or real estate or business or whatever, you will become top 1% and you will get the results you want. Would you like that? Yeah. I can't hear it. Would you like that? Yeah. All right. So number one, here is my strategic marketing process, step by step. How to have the most effective top 1% marketing plan. People will say, JT, you're a good businessman. No, I'm not. I'm a good marketer. Marketing is the key. So when I take a look at a marketing campaign, step one, I like to visualize the whole process. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes, sit back, and actually think the process through. Because here's what most marketers do. We come up with an idea, we get on our laptop, we start writing things, but we never thought the process. So we are focused on the transactional part of the marketing rather than the transformational part. The transformational part is what captivates your client. It's what captivates your respondent. That's what makes people call you, do business with you, inquire about you, tell other people. If you don't grab their attention or you don't inspire them to take action. So you need to inspire them to take action. Because if you do not inspire to take action, they won't call you. So you've got to think of the process. Step two, you want to outline in bullets. Before you start your marketing plan, I come up with bullets. What are some of the things I absolutely want included? Because sometimes I write this letter and say, oh, I want to include that, but then my letter's too long. It's over 2 pages, 3 pages, and it's too long, not focused to the point. And then what I do is I write up my bullet points, and when I start writing my letter, I start crossing off my bullet points. So I always get the most important thing written down. That's the key.
Excuse me. Can
Yes.
you move aside?
You want me to move aside?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Can you move? We don't care about listening to you, we care about writing it down. Move aside. You want me to go this side? Yeah, how's that going? There's the marketing process for you. I am the marketing You guys are funny. Only in Chicago do you get this type of reception. People say, well, look how where the Cubs are, right? So step 3, I storyboard the process. What does that mean? So on a blank wall, I put sheets of papers, okay? And typically, all of my marketing has 5 paragraphs, and I'll teach you that in a minute. And every paragraph, I put a white piece of paper and I'll write notes. Write this down. Facts tell, stories sell. For you to succeed in maps, you are telling a story. What's the story? The story of someone who's frustrated with the market, who's frustrated with the fact that they're not getting bailed out by the government, or frustrated they can't sell their home, they're frustrated they don't have an option, and you are coming with a story with answers, and a story of, here's the same person, here's what happened, here's what we can do for you, and they want to relate to that story. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called associative branding. When you look at branding, there's 2 things. I want what he wants, or she wants, or I can relate to that person. Like, for example, did you ever see those infomercials? Are you having back pain? Are you having trouble sleeping at night? Are you feeling lonely? Hi, Billy Mays here. You know, that's how it all starts. It's called associative branding, associative marketing. Yes, 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 here's the solution. Very similar to what you're going to do in real estate or entrepreneurism. Step 4. In any business, one of the most important factors is, what is the purpose of my marketing campaign? Is there anybody else in another business other than maps? Ma'am? What's your business?
Chinese energetic medicine.
Chinese energetic medicine. I should have known. What is the purpose of Chinese energetic medicine?
Isn't that just tea?
To empower every person to utilize their own skills and resources for feeling good all the time.
It sounds like The Secret.
It is the secret.
Well, the movie The Secret.
It's the energetic anatomy behind how the secret
Now,
works.
you have to understand, which will take us to the next, point, is what are the objections, but more importantly, who is your customer, right? Now, do you think a guy like me or a guy like Phil are going to be, who is your customer actually? Do you sell that full time?
No,
Okay, when were your last 3 sales?
this week,
This week, okay. And is it online or in person?
in person.
In person. What is the average age of your customer, normally?
50, 55,
55.
60.
So when I take a look at body movements, there's 2 things. When people look to the left, they don't know. When they look to the right, they're lying. When they look down, say, JT, please stop asking me questions, right? So we are leaving a little bit. So the last 3 clients, tell me the approximate age of the last 3 clients. And I need you to help me out, write that down. What was your last 3 age, medium age of your clients? The last 3 you did this week.
65,
65,
45, and 52.
okay, can you average that out for me? Is it 51? Okay, what did you say it was?
55 is what
She said 55. Is there a difference between 55 and 50 in today's market? And marketing-wise?
Yes.
Yes. 50 has not come to grips yet that, you know, it's true.
That's me.
Pardon me?
I'm going to be 50.
You look like you're 26. No need for the Chinese stuff. Sorry. So, you have to understand now, what is the type, first of all, do you know your political affiliation of those 3 people? If you had to guess. Republican or Democrats?
Both,
How do you know?
because I know them.
Okay, so break it down. There's 3 people. What do you think they were? Democrat, Democrat, Republican, 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 Democrat.
Democrat, Republican, Republican.
Okay. Which is surprising. Yeah, I'd have to double check that.
It's not working.
Now, interesting enough, I do this exercise, and let's say someone has a short sale business and say, well, our average customer is 35 or 40. And you do the customer and you actually realize it's 55. Here's why it's important, because if you realize that the average age of your customer is 50, 55, whatever, you could do direct marketing directly to that. 50-year-olds, 55-year-olds who are Democrats or Republican, who read this type. Now, would you say that these people you're dealing with, these three people, like powerful business people, what did they do? You know these three people very well. What did they do?
One's a business owner, another is very high executive in a major
Let me
corporation.
ask you, was that the first time they bought, or did you know them personally?
I've known them. They've
Okay, so that's
been
different.
consistent customers.
That's a very different client. You know why? Why is that a different client? It's a relational, warm relationship. And probably not a good, because your friends are more likely to buy your stuff.
These are customers, they're not friends.
You've known them for a while, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, were they people that you converted to or already knew about this?
I would say I've converted them to
Okay. How did they come to you?
advertising,
What kind of advertising?
mixture of online,
Well, these three people, if I told you, where did 65-year-old come from?
word of mouth
From who?
from another customer of mine.
Who was a Republican or a Democrat? No, I know this is funny, but I'm doing this as an exercise. That's what my coach does. I'm trying to understand as a marketing strategy who we're dealing with, because if you market that stuff to me, it would not work. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, but to me. Phil, how do you feel about that? Chinese medicine, you believe in that? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean that we think your business doesn't work. It's not for us. Just like for me, The Secret didn't really work. The knowing of the being, feel good and think you're going to become successful, to me that's BS. Right? There's no such thing. You got to go out there and work it. Nothing comes for you. You know, I think positive all the time. It doesn't seem to get me a Ferrari. Every time I look, I'm like, I wish I had one of those. It just doesn't come up. I'm hoping Phil might buy me one. Seed planting is also very important. So my point in this is that, to me, 4 or 5 years ago, The Secret was big, and then people woke up and said, you know what? They're not looking on life and knowing and law of attraction. If you take a look at all those motivational speakers, they're pretty much out of business now, right? Are not as effective. People are looking, how do I make money? That's what Phil offers, that's what I offer, and I'm not saying like, oh, that's money driven. I'm not saying that, but a lot of people say to me, I have this idea. Now, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, the show on ABC, came on my show, and he goes, what people don't understand is there was a little business with kids. And he goes that where the kids go out there and shop, and it's so cute, and the lady was so passionate about the business, but he said there's one problem with that business. Kids don't have credit cards.
Thank God.
Right? Thank God, yeah. So the point is, it may be a great idea, it may well be well-intentioned, but it's not going to get you to where you want to go. Unless you're happy with not making a lot of money and you're doing what you're selling you love, that's one thing. But if you're looking to have a sustainable business, that's why we need to know who our customers are. After doing research in our business, we found out like 90% of our, in this business I'm in, many business, but this one business, 90% of my clients are conservative or right-wing, Republican, or independent. Very few Democrats. And I'm not saying that you just don't have, it's just a type of message that I attract, right? Because my message, for example, that's why I'll advertise on Rush Limbaugh and get an amazing response, but if I advertise on Air America, I'm not going to get anything. So from now on, it's very important for you, without saying, are you Republican or Democrat? You know what I mean? So you may want to like broach the subject, and you got to keep keeping stats of that, because there's something in marketing, write this down, called pattern and practice of marketing. The pattern and practice is that you start developing patterns, and as you develop patterns, you can create a marketing strategy. Wow, I haven't heard that Ivanka Trump. Welcome back to the JT Fox. Can we play that Ivanka Trump trailer back? You have the ability to take that trailer back? Wow, I forgot about that trailer that Ivanka Trump left for me.
Pretty cool.
Yes, it is pretty cool. Welcome back to the JT Fox and Raymond Aaron Show. And we're talking about wealth creation and wealth protection, things that are affecting us in today's market economy. If you're tuning in for the first time, normally our show is on Saturdays from 3 to 4 p.m. here, right here on WIND. But this is a special show and a live audience. Highly promoted. We got 6 people listening, including the 30 here in the studio. So that's 36 people listening, which is 36 more than people normally know. We've been on the radio for 5 years. This show is #1, internationally syndicated. It's about helping people, empowering. Done over 500 real estate deals, owned dozens of different companies. And Raymond is a best-selling author, also known as one of the top speakers in the world, as well as coach. Phil Grove, a very good friend of mine as well, very successful real estate investor, very creative in today's market economy. Phil, let's just talk real estate for just 1 second here in Illinois.
It's a good thing to do on a real estate show.
Well, it's not just a real estate show.
I know.
No, so thanks for playing though. You know what? Let's go to Raymond. Phil lost his turn. That's exactly what happens to see that. I mean, seriously, Phil, you're killing me here. Raymond, in today's market economy, everyone who I know saying it's a bad time to get started. I shouldn't spend money on education. I should not spend money on taking action, getting coaches and mentors. Family members and friends are saying, don't take action. Not a good time to get started in real estate. Not a good time to get started into a business. What are people to do with all that negativity?
The only time that every single person agrees that it's a great time to invest is when the market is wonderful and the sales are high and the volume is high and the prices are high. Everybody agrees that that's the best time and that's the worst time. The actual best time is when Warren Buffett says it's the best time, and that's when blood's running in the streets.
But people are saying it's the best time for the last 3 years, and
It's always a great time to buy if you're going in for the long term. For the short term, you got to buy when blood's running in the streets, when everybody's upset and woe is me.
Yeah, and can I add, in 2007, everybody wanted to be a real estate investor, for example, because from 2002 to 2007, everybody knew people who made a fortune in real estate. Arguably, that was the toughest time to become a real estate investor because that was right before the market crashed. Now we're in 2011, the market's crashed, it's corrected, it's bouncing along the bottom. I would argue now is a great time to get into the real estate market, and yet nobody wants to be in the real estate market now because everybody's afraid because they know people have lost money in the last couple of years.
listen, I don't blame people for being afraid. I mean, there's so many gurus, people telling, hey, this is the best time, because they make money off books and tapes. I make my money investing, whether it's business, whether it's real estate. What I teach are the things that I do every day. I love business. I think, to me, people say, JT, why do you work so much? And I don't call it work because every single morning I wake up, I absolutely love what I do. And I love changing and impacting the lives of people. I always tell people I don't want to be known as a man who made $100 million. And make no mistake, I'm well on my way to doing that. I want to be known as a man who helped 100 million people achieve their dream. It's about making this planet a better place than when you first got here. And yes, people are afraid. But that's why I'm here. That's why Raymond's here. That's why Phil's here, to hold your hand every step of the way. And to the live audience here, to everyone listening right now, you can't do it on your own. Entrepreneurism is not a lone wolf type business. It used to be. You know, we used to be, me, myself, and I, we've shifted over to an idealist society where the most powerful advertising word in the last few years have been free, new, and cash. The most powerful word in the advertising world, today's market, is the word together. You can't do it by yourself, and you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And people have to realize that who you hang out with is who you become. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Your network equals your net worth. All these things are so important. Relational capital, relationship marketing are important. In fact, it costs 7 times more to get a new client and a new customer than it is to work on an existing one. And at the end of the day, 10% of your business or your relationships are going to bring 90% of your income. I mean, we're all friends here. We make a lot of money. But ideally, what has made us very successful is our relationships. Loyalty, relationship, and results are ultimate. You know, we've had people on the show, Donald Trump, Kiyosaki, Senator McCain, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. We have people, some of the biggest guests in the world, and they all keep saying the same thing. You can't learn by yourself. You got to get coaches and mentors. You got to educate yourself. You got to do what nobody else is doing. So why isn't nobody doing it, Raymond? Why are people don't get it? You know, it's like I always say it. You know what I mean? And they're like, whoa, what's that? Because I banged the phone I banged your phone. I did that when I was at your house. I banged the phone. And they're like, what's that? I said, that's opportunity knocking, and you're missing it. And I think that's what people don't understand. And I think people have to realize that if you earn $388,000 a year in America, you're in the top 1% income earning. That's not a lot of money if you think about it. If you earn over $100,000, you're in the top 10%. So the question is, Raymond, action is not something you say, it's something you do. How can people take better action?
They can realize that at 1111, January 1st, 2011, the entire world changed, the economy changed. And people who are doing the same old are going to be crushed very soon, and I've already seen friends of theirs get unemployed, and I've already seen their own sales drop, and I've already seen businesses go under. This is a time when you have to think completely differently than you ever thought before. If you're doing the old thing of trying to increase your sales and trying to increase your closing percent and trying to decrease your costs, that's not only 2010 and 2009, that's 1980 stuff. These years right now, what you have to be working on is strategic stewardship, transformational change, intentional congruence, relational capital, the 4 levels of branding. If those aren't the top of your agenda, if that's not what you work on, if that's not what you have meetings with when you meet with your senior staff, then you're working on old technology and you're getting into trouble. The companies that grasp the new economy, the companies that have coaches and mentors, the individual people who are keeping up with the times, they're thriving and making more money. The 3 of us here are making more money than we've ever made before. In fact, I'm on track to earn next month more than I ever earned all last year combined. If that's not your story, make it your story by understanding that education is what will change you.
How much money do I get?
How much money do you get?
Yeah, for the next month. I'm just saying, I make a lot of money. I'm partly responsible for that. I mean, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be born.
Oh, how much money are you going to get as a commission of how much money I'm
No,
earning?
I'm not commission. I'm not about a commission. I'm about partnerships. How
I
much will
see.
the
I
partnership?
didn't know you're a partner.
Well, I'm a partner now that you're making a lot of money. If you weren't making a lot of money, I wouldn't be a partner.
You wouldn't know me.
I
Or
wouldn't
you
want to.
pretend you didn't know me.
Pardon me? What's your name? I'm definitely not going to invest in the hair coloring business with you. That's for
No,
sure.
went under.
Pardon me?
Went under
Duh.
6 years ago.
Hair coloring? What do you know about hair coloring?
Nothing now.
That must have sucked.
It did when it went under.
Phil, what's going to happen in 2222222?
You
And
know,
Raymond's on this 1111 thing, so what's going to happen in 2222?
I've heard you say, and I agree. Middle class is going away.
There is none.
The gap between the haves and the have-nots is really
People
widening.
either get rich or they die broke. That's the reality
So
of it.
you've got to make a decision. Which one do you want to be?
I don't understand. I mean, it's sad because I think all of us, in a way, have been sheltered a little bit about what's happening in the real world because we surround ourselves with successful people. We educate ourselves. We all have coaches and mentors. And we cut the negative people out. And I think we forget sometimes how bad it is out there. But I know a lot of people who are not doing anything about it, who are expecting a government bailout, who are expecting things come to you. Success doesn't come to you. There's a difference between reactive and proactive, and you need to be proactive. You know, when Raymond and I are giving an opportunity to invest in you, if you're an A player, to teach you the things that we basically have gone through, we're basically combining classes. You know, I'm considered one of the top coaches and top trainers in the world right now, teaching the people. Why wouldn't you want to learn from me and Rain about exactly what to do? So
And if you don't, what happens was shown a couple days ago on page 2 of USA Today, where they showed the average income per income earner by state. And Illinois was the 11th best state at $43,000 a year. Who cares if you're the 11th best state if you're only earning $43,000 a year? The average for all of the United States was $40,000. That's pathetic. How can you work for an entire
how can you
year?
live off of that?
How can you live off it? But how can you spend an entire year? Phil, how can you work for a whole year and make only $40,000? I don't know how to do that.
Take 11 and a half months vacation.
They don't, though. They're working full-time, flat-out, full-tilt boogie to trying to earn that.
What'd you just say?
Flat-out, full-tilt boogie.
And hanky-panky.
And hanky-panky, yeah.
I'm telling you, you got full tilt boogie doogie, hanky panky panky. We talked about coal and ice being delivered to your home. I'm telling you, man, this is a
I'm
flat.
older than you.
Pardon me? Clearly.
A lot of your listeners remember that.
I don't know what to say. I mean, that's amazing. Coal. I mean, that's.
Milk, coal, and ice were delivered to our door on 05.
And we used to walk 25 miles to school uphill, and when we get back, another 25 miles. That one of those stories?
No.
I mean, it's amazing. Did you live in an igloo? Because you were born in Canada.
I,
I was born in Canada too. Were you born in an igloo?
no.
No, I was.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, things you don't. And then we flipped it. We flipped our igloo.
Just before it melted.
Yeah, so if you want us to invest in you, you want to apply for what is turning out to be the most exclusive class in the world, where we basically select people. I've taken people off the radio and transformed their lives. Why am I doing it? There's going to be a TV deal, a book deal, having benefit of helping people. The more you give, the more you get. And at the end of the day, I love helping give back people. But you got to be serious. You got to be an A player. You got to have what it takes. You're going to go through an interview process. Don't call and waste their time and not call back and play phone tag. We want people that are serious. And if you think that this is not a good idea or this is too good to be true, then don't call. I really don't care. Been on this show for 5 years. I've done over 500 deals right here in this market, here in Chicago and all across the country. I've started a lot of business here in Chicago. It works. The best way to learn from coaches and millionaires and and people that are doing it, millionaires, multimillionaires. So call 877-204-1411. 877-204-1411. There is no greater risk than not taking one. Success is about taking action. Isn't that right? So Phil, what are the last words of the show here? It's been a good show. We have a great audience here, right?
You said it all. Take action. Take dramatic action. Nothing happens until something happens. It's up to you.
And hanky panky.
And hanky panky. And boogie woogie and the bugle boy and the whole nine.
Woogie woogie, man, it's
Boogie
unbelievable. You know that they're never going to let you back on the show, both of you. You understand that? So enjoy your last minute here. Raymond, I have to have you back next week, so I have no choice. We're actually partners in this. So, not after the Cole story, but go ahead. What's your last word on the show? You have the audience.
877-204-1411. That's my last word.
And why should they call?
They should call if they're an A player and want to be an A-plus player.
And what are they
This
gonna
is your
learn?
opportunity. We will take you. We will take you and build a business around you. We will work with you. We will look face to face, nose to nose, belly to belly with you. We'll listen to your stories. We'll listen to your strengths and weaknesses. We'll listen to your opportunities and your desires. We will work with you in a small setting. This is not thousands of people in the workshop. This is about 30 to 60 people we allow in each workshop. We're having another one coming up soon. It's sold out except for some spots that we
And
have
you don't have to
allowed.
pay. We're investing in you.
We're
You won't have
investing in you.
everybody else there is writing us a check, but you get it for free. If you have what it takes, A player, someone of quality, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of making other people rich, or your business or your life is stuck and you want to take it to the next level, you got to take action. Success, at the end of the day, is about taking action. Action is not something you say, it's something you do. The opportunity to learn from myself, Raymond, Phil, everyone around, that's what it takes. Together, we are going to create our own economy. This is right here, right now, the opportunity, not only for yourself, for your children, for your grandchildren, but also to get this planet a better place. I'm good at two things: helping making money, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to teach you everything I know about marketing, branding, wealth strategies, right here in the Chicagoland area and anywhere across the country where we go. We are going to figure it out. We are going to create our own economy. 877-204-1411. 877-204-1411. This is JT Fox. Our show returns next Saturday from 3 to 4 right here on AM 60 WND and nationally syndicated everywhere else. And remember, success is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Thank you. Have a great weekend. God bless.
Awesome.
And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Very good.
So,
Good show.
Well done.
Good show.
all right. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for all coming. Was that a good show?
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Thank you for allowing us
Very
here.
exciting.
I think they're going to put you on right after Michael Savage now.
Pardon me?
Right after Michael Savage.
Yeah, I don't want to do weekday radio. Let me tell you that. So.
So JT, how's it work? You guys